What's up, guys? I'm here. I did it. I made it. I was trying to play around with my camera. It doesn't want to focus very well. There, maybe that's better. And I was playing around with my backdrop. Couldn't get it perfect. I hope you guys like it though. I'm trying to do a little, I had that old white thing behind there and bought this poster to kind of put behind there. I don't know if it looks stupid or what. You guys let me know in the comments if you like it. Trying to do a little bit better for you guys. What's up? What's up? Thank you. I appreciate that. Almost ace with my Tour Series discs. I love that. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Howdy. I can hear you now. Good. I'm glad you can hear me, Joe. Appreciate that. What are we talking about today, Paul? That's a good question. Spur of the moment. I had a couple minutes, so I thought I'd get on here to chat with my peeps and get some things, maybe help a couple of you guys and just chat with you guys, I like chatting with my like I said, the people on here. And can Kelly get a shout out? Of course. What's up, Kelly? I got you. Not a problem. Thought on Ezra joining Discraft. Oh man, super stoked. That guy's a stone cold killer, man. He is good stuff. Does everything the right way. Really love that guy. I really do. When we're gonna play a round of disc, man, I don't know, Leo. De La Cruz sounds like when I get to De La maybe someday. Oh, my mom is on the chat. Everybody say hello to my mom. Mama, I love you very, very much. Mom, what do you think about my backdrop? Does it look stupid? Be honest. She always is honest with me, so I know she's not gonna. She'll give it to me straight. Let's see here. Let's see. Do I have to be super handsome to be good at disc golf? Nope. But it helps. I'm just kidding. Oh, need some lessons. Oh, man. Thank you guys for saying hi to my mama. She is the bomb. She's the bomb. My number one fan, best friend, all those things. She is the best. Oh, appreciate that, Gerald. Appreciate that. I'm just reading the comments, so sorry I'm not getting straight into it. I'm just checking out these comments. It's pretty cool. You give me $300 to come to Ohio. That ain't enough, my friend. That ain't enough. What up, Tristan? How you doing, brother? I see you out there in my old stomping grounds, man. Thanks, Mom. Hope you're doing good, Tristan. I've been watching your YouTube stuff, man. Keep punching out the good content. Love it. Absolutely love it. Very entertaining. Saw the Austin, Hannum, the Ezra, and you doing those rounds, man. Really good stuff, man. Proud of you. Keep doing that for sure. That's all good stuff. That's all good stuff. My name is also Tristan. Well, hey, nice to meet you, Tristan. Yeah, you know what, Tristan? That Arizona is the best place to be in the off season, honestly, because it's legitimately paradise. It is legitimately paradise. If you guys have never been to Arizona in the winter, there's no better place to be. Like perfect weather every single day. Scottsdale is amazing. Fountain Hills, Vista del Camino are the best practice courses you can do in the off season because they're wide open, great field work. I mean, it's really good stuff. Really good stuff. Am I going to be doing it in the bag? Yes, I do believe so. One of the things, I remember, one of the things I wanted to tell you guys, please, pretty please, join me tonight on Smashbox. I'm going to be on the Smashbox show with Terry Miller, Johnny V, and we're going to be discussing some pretty awesome topics. I'm also announcing something pretty cool, pretty special tonight that I've been working on in the off season. So if you guys could please get over there tonight and support Smashbox and see what I have to say on there, I really appreciate it. And of course, I'm going to be on Showmez again this week, so I'd appreciate that as well. If you guys could get over there and check that out, that'd be awesome. Perfect weather, he says, except for the rain we had. I heard that. I heard you guys have been getting crushed with rain, but hey, man, when Arizona gets rain in Phoenix, you cannot complain. Cannot complain because it needs it. Now it's going to be even better for the next few weeks. You're going to love it, man. A little cooler. It's awesome. Okay. Yeah, so like I was saying, Smashbox and Showmez, I'm going to be discussing a few things. Not sure exactly what it is going to be on Showmez, but Smashbox tonight, I got something pretty cool for everybody. I've been working hard in this off season, and I got a really cool thing coming for everybody. So check that out tonight. I never responded to your meme. Sorry, man. There's a lot of memes that are happening out there that are that are about me. So I kind of don't even look at them anymore because they get pretty ridiculous. They're either a brain meme nowadays or a gazelle, or somebody just posted me because I was swimming. I was swimming today, and somebody already posted a Michael Phelps meme. Pretty funny. Said that I kind of look like Michael Phelps. I don't see the resemblance, but pretty hilarious. Somebody asked me in the comments last time that I kind of wanted to address, so I want to get kind of straight to business with you guys because I know that's why you're here. They asked, there was two questions that I wanted to get back to. One of them was, when should I start playing tournaments as an amateur? And this is really important. I believe this. I believe you should start playing tournaments right away. Right away. They make divisions for everybody. I say this because I played for like a couple weeks before I played in a tournament, I think. And it made me get that like competitive bug to where I was just dying to play tournaments after that. And that's probably why I play so many till this day. It's because I just really love that part of it. Now, with that being said, if you're going to do that and you're going to take my advice and play those tournaments right away, please, please, please go to the PGA website, check out all the rules, do a little once over on the rules. That way, when you get into the tournament, you kind of understand, tournament rules. Because one thing that I do see a lot of people have problems with, if you do get into a recreational tournament or something, I'm saying we, but I'll act like I'm an experienced player in the rec division. We're not there to educate you. Like, you're there to compete. And if you don't know the rules, it's like anything. Like, you go and you're playing basketball and you play basketball your whole life. And even if you're playing a pickup game and you get the guy who picks it up and runs down to the other court, you're like, traveling, double dribble, can't bounce it with two hands. It's just annoying that you don't know the rules. I don't mind playing with beginners. It's great. You're learning, but it is super, super annoying if you don't know the rules, because that is up to you to figure that out. It's up to you to go learn the rules, and that would be my suggestion as far as playing tournaments. Like, learn the rules first. You don't have to be great. That's why they make recreational. That means that you play for fun and you want to compete with some people. So learn the rules, man. What do you guys think? Okay, we got some advanced level questions here. I'm not going to answer those yet. What was the other? I forgot the other thing I wanted to talk about. What was it? How many discs should you carry in your bag? And should you carry multiple molds in your bag? Okay, this is something that I wanted to address because I suggest this. I play with players all the time who have discs in their bag that they have no idea how it flies. And they just have it in their bag to be cool. Don't be that guy. You're not cool. If you have a disc in your bag that you're not trying to compete with and you're not trying to play with, put it on your wall. That's pretty cool. Or sell it. Learn your bag. Your bag is the most important thing. I don't care if you have 50 discs in your bag. It's not against the rules to have 50 discs in your bag. But I would suggest learning those discs. I personally carry a bunch of discs. I probably carry close to the most on tour. 35. I probably average 30 to 35 discs. But I know those discs in and out. And I have those discs so dialed that I feel naked when I don't have that disc in my bag because I need it for a specific shot. And if I find myself in a tournament situation where I'm having to force a shot with a different disc, it's just an awful feeling. And I practice a lot, so I'm able to get away with having that many discs. Now, to have a disc that's similar in your bag that kind of flies the same as the other one, sure, you can keep it as a backup. I have a lot of backups for discs that I know, okay, if I lose this in a tournament or something, I'm going to be in big trouble. Like if I lost my Z ringer on a wooded course and I didn't have another Z ringer, I'm in big trouble. Like that's going to cost me big time. So I always have a backup to my most important disc, something that flies eerily similar to that one. Of course, you have your favorite. Also, if you have a disc that you love and you're totally afraid to throw it over water or something like that, get a backup that flies similar. Otherwise, throw it over the water. You got to do it because it's if it's the shot for that particular hole, water or not, you want the best possible outcome. And that would be to probably throw that disc. So just find good backups. Who cares how many discs you have? Just don't be the guy who just has all the cool discs in there and they're not making you better. It's my suggestion. And if you want to be cool and you don't want to throw good shots, more power to you. Have the cool discs in your bag. That's fine too. Now I'm going to get to answering some questions. Those were the two things that I kind of wanted to start off with, and I would like to keep those kind of the theme around like disc selection today and tournament questions, tournament situations. So if you guys could throw me some questions right there, that would be great so that we can kind of stay on track here and not kind of get too far off a subject. So have some sort of structure. All right, guys, let's see here. I'm going to just pick a question really quick. Of the Ezra Nuke, I did throw I loved it. It's domey, stable, goes really far. All the good qualities of a nuke. When should you move up to another division? Great question. That's a great question. Brandon Cox asks, when should you move up to another division? My suggestion for this is, And I feel like I did this wrong in my career. You should move up when you're ready to move up. That's up to you. There's a lot of peer pressure on this in disc golf telling you as soon as you win a tournament, it's time for you to move up. I am not going to tell you to do that. I'm the person to say whip that division, get several wins, learn how to win at that division, dominate the division, then move up. Because when you get to the level of professional, you're going to get whooped. You're not. It's very, very, very rare that somebody comes from advanced and then competes at a very high level. You're going to get stomped. You are. Like, that's just what's going to happen. So learn how to win in those divisions. Don't move up until you're ready and you're a winner. Now, there are cases to where people stay in that division for a long time and they feel like maybe that division is holding you back. Like, let's say you've played advanced or intermediate for 2-3 years and you're not getting a lot of wins, but you're getting that, top 4 podium kind of finish every time you play. Then that's another case of you can move up and test the waters of advance. I guess, I went a little bit crazy with saying dominate the division. That's a tough thing to do. But I do believe in that. I believe that if you're trying to it depends on what your goals are, of course, as well. I'm talking for myself, and I guess I was just kind of speaking to the advanced division right there. And people who are aspiring to be like some of the best players in the world. So I'll tone that back a little bit because I know a lot of the people on my channel are not at that level, so I apologize. And I think exactly what I just said. I think that if you're getting those top 3s, top 4s for a long period of time, it's time for you to move up as well, because then you can start, feeling that competitiveness into the next division, kind of feeling out where you're going. If you're not winning and not getting those top 4s, then it's time for you to, think about maybe moving back down a division. I completely understand that. I completely understand that because it's not fun to get beat every single weekend. If you're a rec player and you've been playing it for 10 years and you're still getting, 29th or something like that, I suggest you watch my Down the Fairways episodes, and I suggest you watch those Down the Fairways. There might be stupid questions. That's funny. Watch those episodes, reach out to a local professional or a local player to you that is really good. Ask for lessons. There's ways to get out of that slump. You're not alone in that at all. I've provided a lot of great feedback here locally for players who have come to me and told me that, they were stuck in that kind of rec division and they want to compete. They keep getting almost last place, and that's not a place for everybody. You should, if you're competitive, you should be able to move that up. And so there's different ways for you to do that. Okay, Blabberton. I am a Blabberton. My bad. Tournament questions. Come on, bring them. Early morning round before tournament or just mental prep? Jeremy Lopez asked that. I believe I understand your question. I think that you should warm up, stretch first. That's the most important thing. Be hydrated. Now, I know a lot of people night before a tournament, they maybe you're traveling with some buddies, might have a few too many adult beverages, right? And then you're dehydrated the next morning. Make sure you hydrate. Hydration is the most important thing. It clears your mind and you're ready to wake up and start stretching in the morning. So big glass of cold water, couple big glasses of cold water before you go to bed. Wake up, get the have a couple more glasses of water, and then make sure you're hydrated. Stretch, get to the field. Don't overdo it. I see a lot of people, they do get there and they play holes. I'm not a big fan of playing holes before my tournament. I don't like it. I like to get to the field, find a field, warm up there. I've probably already practiced the course, so I know the shots that are going to be required to play that course. Here's a little secret. Most course designers design courses a certain way, which allows me to understand their style of course designing. And then I'm able to practice those shot shapes. Like, okay, I know what this guy's trying to make me do on this course, and there's usually a theme: soft turnover, straight shots, sidearm pitch shots to little cubby holes where then you're supposed to take the fairway or something like that, high shots. Like a course designer, you can kind of get a good feel of your normal shots that you're going to have to take. It's very rare that you get to a course and you have to have like 15 to 10 different shot shapes. That allows me to get to the field, practice what I'm going to practice that day. I'm not going to go to a course that has a bunch of straight shots and then go to the field and practice a bunch of hyzers. I'm not going to do it. I don't need it for that day. So I go to the field, I practice what I need to for that course, the specific shots, shot shapes. I don't like to play the course because there's something to parking a bunch of holes in practice and before a tournament, and then the tournament comes, then you're a little nervous because you already parked it a bunch of times, and there's a lot of mental things that can go wrong there, especially for somebody who isn't as experienced as some of the top pros. So I suggest for you guys, get to the course, sure, but make sure you get that time in the field, learn the course, learn the distances, practice those before the round. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. I've always been an advocate for practice until it feels good. If you get to the field and something's off and you can't throw that certain shot shape, practice till it feels good, or try to throw a different shot where you can get away and kind of cheat the course. That's something that I do. If I get to the course and I have an hour of practice and I'm practicing and all of a sudden I can't throw a straight shot with my backhand, what I'm going to do is I'm going to then practice my sidearm straight shots or my sidearm straight placement shots. And hopefully I'll be able to get away with not having to go to whatever's off that day. Because all of a sudden you have 15 minutes till your tee time. You still haven't got any putts up. And then you're out of time in the field. You didn't get a good practice in. Your straight shots are off. You go in with no good practice. So make sure that you give yourself enough time. Make sure you're practicing the right things. Hope that helps. I don't know. Another blabbies. Let's see. Okay, what's the balance of focusing only on your game during the round versus looking for score results from the field? You shouldn't be worried about what anybody's doing. Easier said than done. When you're on the course during a tournament, I myself am a scoreboard watcher. The reason I'm a scoreboard watcher is because I used to be Eula Blabby. I like that one. That's funny. The reason I'm a scoreboard watcher is because there's going to be a time where I'm in a tournament and I have to look at the scoreboard in order to understand the situation. And if I hadn't looked at those before in my career and I'm like, no, I'm not a scoreboard watcher, and then all of a sudden I'm coming down the stretch, second card, I don't know what lead card's on or at, I need to know if I need a layup or go for it. Then all of a sudden you look at it and you're tied. Now you're nervous because you've never looked at the scorecard. So I always look at the scorecard because I don't want to have a situation that I come to that will make me more nervous than before. So I always watch the scores, what other people are doing. I've learned to do that in a way that it doesn't affect my game. I can still focus on every shot while knowing what the scores are. It's definitely a kind of a really thin line because sometimes I'll be playing, I'm 4 down, I look on the scorecard and James Conrad just got done with his round and he shot at 16 under or something, and I'm at 3 down with 7 holes to go. And now I think I have to push. So sometimes that happens, but I still have found a way to not get overtaken with emotion by that score, and I'm still able to play my game, try to get to the best possible score that I can get to without bleeding strokes. When you get nervous during a round, what do you do to calm yourself back down? This is a great question. So when I get nervous during a tournament round, which I always get nervous. Like I am so nervous. I'm nervous right now just thinking about how nervous I get. The one thing that helps me is I'll look straight to the competitor that I'm playing with, and I'll look at him and I'll think to myself, that guy's nervous too. Because he is. There is nobody out there who is playing the tournament who doesn't get nervous. Nerves are the same thing as being excited, the same thing as being scared. Nerves are all of those things. And so when you take that into perspective and you can look at the competitor you're playing against and say, okay, he's nervous too. He just understands that a little bit better than I do, calms me down. It really does. And that's helped me late in my career. I've been pretty good at being able to control my nerves at this later part of my career. And that's been a big part of it, is understanding like, hey, this is a normal feeling. I did what I was supposed to. I'm now nervous. Great. Mission accomplished. Everyone's nervous. Once you get to a point where you're nervous, you did something right. So pat yourself on the back, take a deep breath, look at your competitor, and then start competing. All right. Let's see here. A lot of cry eyes. I think you guys think I'm a funny guy. This is serious stuff. No laugh emojis. Do you always have predetermined birdie holes going into a tournament? Try not to. I am a hyper aggressive player. I might not have the distance and I might not be the flashiest, but if you ask my competitors, I am hyper aggressive. I push the disc as far down the fairway as I possibly can, and I legitimately try to birdie every hole. And I think I can birdie every hole. So I don't have predetermined birdies. I think I can birdie every hole when I'm playing a tournament. And I try to. I believe in my heart one day I will shoot 18 under on one of the most difficult courses in the world. I think I can do that at the highest level. I have that. I believe in my heart I have that type of brain to where I'm able to go on crazy birdie streaks because of how aggressive I am and how I've kind of trained myself to do that. Saul Ulibarri is the GOAT. He's good. He's got a rocket, that guy. He's got a rocket. Hey, Yuli, got my Yuli Raptor yesterday, lost in the woods. I'm glad you got it back, buddy. I'm glad you got it back. Did I enjoy playing tournaments early on with friends? Yeah. Love playing with friends. Who do I think is the GOAT? There's two different GOATs. I think that Ken Climo is the greatest winner of all time. And I think that Paul Macbeth has changed the game as we know it. Two GOATs right there. I also think that there are a lot of great champions out there, including Paige Pierce, Elaine King, Des Redding, Valerie Jenkins. But Paige Pierce is the greatest because she changed the game for them. She is crazy good. All right. What do we? Yes, Juliana Korver as well. I'm sure I'm missing some names, but you guys get my point. Okay. Do you think cashing is too deep in pro tournaments? That's a good question. I think that it is too deep. I think 40% is pretty generous. It's very generous to have a 40% of the field cash. With that being said, I've gotten last cash a lot of times in my life, and that was nice. So I'm glad, at those points in times, I was glad that I was last cash, and it's 40%. 30%. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wish that disc golf was so big that you could have a 20% cash, and for last cash you make $100,000, because then it would make sense, you know. But right now, like, there's some tournaments where you get $38 back for last cash because you tied with 6 people. It's like, oh, doesn't matter. So it's kind of silly in that way. Yeah, there is something to playing really bad and being on the cash line. I've said this a bunch of times in my career. There is no pressure like last cash pressure. There is no pressure like that. It just that doesn't exist. Playing for the biggest titles on the planet, you get nervous. But here's what you got to think, especially for me. If I'm playing for last cash in a tournament or bigger tournament, you got to understand that I'm not playing well. And if I'm not playing well, then my game's off. So I'm on the struggle bus mentally and physically. Something's not right. Then you got to think about it like this. You have players around you on your card and below you who are having the tournaments of their life. Like, you have 990 to 980 rated players that are playing the best that they've ever played to that point, and that last cash spot is like winning the tournament to them. So with that being said, I am not in the mindset to compete at that point in time. My game's off. I already lost the tournament the round before probably, and now I'm stuck playing bad, and I have these guys surrounding me who are legitimately trying to beat me bad. It's a weird place to be and a tough pressure, because now you're playing against somebody who's playing as hard as they can. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't be playing as hard as I can. Of course I would be, but I'm off. And so you have this guy who's fist pumping, 35 footers, and you're like looking at him like, dude, like, we're in 43rd. But he don't care because he's playing as good as he's ever played. It's actually quite funny. So it's a weird dynamic, and I love it. I actually really love it, because it really shows the type of player that you are. Like, if I'm there and I miss cash, like, that's embarrassing. I don't want to miss cash. Are you kidding me? So then I have to find a place to dig deep to cash, because that I just don't, that's, like I said, that's embarrassing. So it's a different kind of pressure. Any tips for throwing consistent and straight tunnel shots? Hey, man, you know what, Ryan? I make a few down the fairways episodes about throwing tunnel shots and gap shots. Take a look at those. I have, I think, 38 episodes on different things. Pardon me. And in those episodes, I definitely talk about throwing straight, and I give really good demonstrations of that. So go ahead and get on this get on my channel and check those out. It'd probably be a little bit better than me explaining it on here. Let's see. Let me get another question. Excited for the Texas tourney coming up. You know what? I feel like there's a little underlying sarcasm there, buddy. And I am. I'm very excited to play in Texas. Most memorable tournament? Definitely Am Worlds was my most memorable tournament. There's a few that stand out, but Am Worlds was probably that. What's my favorite bird? A gazelle, obviously. What are my thoughts on 12-speed discs for AMs? I don't care what you throw. I really don't. Just throw it well. Throw it what it's intended to do. That doesn't mean a 12-speed is supposed to go 9,000 feet for an amateur. If you find a 12-speed that does what you want it to do and you use it for something particular, then use the disc. If you need it to do little skip shots to the left and get under some branches at your local course, and you find that a nuke or a boss or something like that, I don't know what your preference is, hopefully nuke, you think you need to throw that on that hole and you're consistently getting birdies, throw that disc, man. Pardon me, I'm getting a text real quick. All right. Well, that's it for me. I am being summoned. I appreciate you guys. And I'll be getting on here soon. Later.